Okay, very excited today. We got a couple of things that we're going to be talking about today. Obviously, Cliff Weiner is going to join us in a minute, and we did have a technical snafu, so hopefully everybody can hear us or hear Cliff more specifically. So I've got him on my phone, but we had a little bit of a mic snafu, so hopefully that works out. And by the way, for the folks as you're joining live, if you can't hear Cliff, hopefully you'll let us know. So we'll get to Cliff from the POA in a minute, but wanted to give everybody a little bit of an update. First thing is that we've got a special event November 12th sponsoring the Masquerade Ball, the Black and White Ball that's coming up November 12th. And obviously all the money goes towards the Alzheimer's Association. Really proud to do that. It's been a lot of work. And I got to give shout out to Mickey Wohl on our team, Michelle Wohl, who's done a great job in putting this together for us. That's one thing. The second thing is that a little bit of an inventory on what's going on with the market. And we're going to dive into this next week, and maybe we'll have a different story next week. As you guys know, I typically give everybody an update as to what's going on. And a little bit of a concerning trend over the last 2 weeks is it's been really, really quiet. We've seen that over the last several months where open houses have been pretty quiet. Inventory levels have been pretty steady, anywhere between 212 to 240 properties on the MLS side in the villages. But something we've seen over the last 10 days to 2 weeks has been less demand. So quite a bit less demand over the last 2 weeks. So this is a little bit concerning. Only 13 properties went under contract the last 7 days, which is really, really light. So that is a concern. We're going to pay a lot of attention to that. And I know there's a lot of things going on in the world, of course, whether it's inflation, interest rates, war, and on and on and on. There's so many different things. But I think a lot of people are actually holding back from buying. And what I find very interesting in talking to a lot of our agents is I'm finding it that there are some real opportunities, some people that would like to sell that are in really good properties, well-conditioned properties, prices that they're maybe a little bit higher than the market, but I think there's some opportunities for buyers to come in and make some offers and get a really good property for a good price. So that's super interesting. I'll go more in depth and more detailed into the marketplace next week, but I want to make sure that we cover what we need to cover with Cliff today. So I want to welcome Cliff. And by the way, if you can't hear Cliff, let me know and put it in the chat section because we do have a mic situation. So Cliff, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Glenn. Nice to be with you again.
Absolutely, 100%. And every time you come on, people are very happy that you came on because you've got so much knowledge. So the first thing is give us the 30-second summary as to what the POA is, and then I want to jump into what happened with the fire district, special fire district.
Okay, the POA is the longest running organization in the villages. We've been here since November of 1975. We're the group that watches out to make sure that village residents get a fair shake in everything that happens. That's part of what I'm going to talk about today, the special fire district, which concerns every resident that lives in the Sumter County portion of the village. The election is November 8th. It will be on your ballot. I need to tell you that on October 1st, the Public Safety Department started to do their own transporting. And it's going really well. So far, I've been told there were, as of Wednesday, they had made 80 transports, which is pretty good. And they're working through the issues and not having a whole lot of issues. What's on the agenda is what they want to do is start special fire district. What is that going to mean? Well, right now in the villages, every single household pays $4.08 out of their amenity money that goes to the public safety department. Every rooftop pays $124. The special fire district will have the ability to levy a 0.75 mil against your house, which will raise quite a bit of money. Right now, the budget for the Public Safety Department, which is the $124, $4.08, and the balance of it comes from the Board of County Commissioners of Sumter County, which amounts to about $225 to $235 per resident. If they are successful with the special fire district passing, they will also have the ability, besides the 0.75 mil, which is going to be probably a little bit more than you're paying now. They will also have the ability to also levy a 1 mil of your property, not your assessed value, but your market value. Now, Glenn, you being a real estate person, you understand the market value is way, way higher than the assessed value.
Yeah.
That's huge, absolutely huge. And when this first thing started, it wasn't on the market value, it was on the assessed value. And the assessed value can only go up 3% a year by state law. Market value can be whatever they determine that the market value of a house is now, because what the prices of houses have gone.
So we're pretty much, so we're talking about a couple $100 extra per year.
No, we're talking about it. If they actually go, we're talking about a couple $100 per year at 0.75. That if they enact the third tier, which is anywhere up to 1 mil, could be 1/10 of a mil, could be 2/10 of a mil, but they can go to 1 mil. It could go up 2 or 3 times that.
Okay.
That's huge.
So is this something, so going back to, and I'm looking at, like, everybody should like pay attention to this, right? Like this was in the bulletin, right? Like this, all the details are in here for sure. So right now, right, it says the POA says not now to the special fire district. Right. So, right. And you guys are saying, you know, this is not a great time to do that because why?
Because number one, everything else has gone up. We are not losing anything. This whole issue, just so you understand, this whole issue started as a transport problem in Sumter County. When American Medical Response was transporting the patients to the hospital, their response times were awful. So a bunch of residents got together and wanted something done. So the POA helped them lobby to get the Board of County Commissioners to try something different. Out of that came the special fire district. There's nothing wrong with our fire department. Our public safety department might be the finest in the state of Florida. That's not the issue. The issue was transport. We are now transporting. Now, we are getting nothing more for all of this extra money, as far as I can determine, and they can't show me where we're getting anything more, but we're going to pay a lot more money.
Right. So you're basically saying, all right, we've actually improved. Have we improved the transport issue? Because that was the, like you, to your point, has
the transport issue is done. We have 9 ambulances that are transporting right now. We have 4 more or 3 more that'll be here the end of November, which are actually spares, and if they just need to put them in service. So we've got what we started out to get without us costing anything else.
So why do it, right? Like, okay, we got what we want, so why do it?
That's our position. I mean, if there was a logical reason and we could see more services or something, I probably would have a different outlook on this. But with the economy the way it is now, number one. Number two, I know people who will be paying $500, $600, $700, $800 more a year for the same thing that we have right now. Does that make a whole lot of sense?
Yeah.
Not to the POA.
And especially with the news I just delivered with, you know, interest rates have gone up. We've seen a record number of increases in interest rate in the quickest amount of time ever. And we're seeing the impact of the market. Like, we haven't seen a 2-week period like this since March and April of 2020 when COVID hit for obvious reasons. We're in shutdown mode. So it's very
Mhm.
interesting to see what's happening, the impact on the marketplace. So we don't need another thing compounded, right? Like we don't need that.
Well, we don't. And, in the villages, and I'm sure this is seen by people outside of the villages, but, the 120 some thousand people who live in the villages in Sumter County, our amenity fees have gone up, okay? Our property taxes have come down a little bit, but the assessed value of the houses have gone up, so you're paying more. You're actually still paying more. You might get a decrease in the millage, but in a rollback. But in the long run, it costs you more money.
Yeah.
Everything's going up. Trail fees are going up. Now trail fees are not going to go up by CPI, which was never happening. The cap came off of amenity fees. Lots of people in the villages can't afford all of these raises or all of these increases. And I can't tell you, and I don't think you can, when this inflation is going to stop and we're going to see this get back down to where it was before COVID. If it ever does. And it's like gasoline prices, and it come down, now they're going back up. I mean, we need to be careful, but like I said, I don't see a reason to do something when we're not getting anything for it.
Makes sense.
We got
Makes sense.
what we want.
All right. So good on the clarification. By the way, do we have any metrics on the response times? Like, have we had enough of a track record to see the new response times?
No, we haven't.
Okay.
And I'm working on trying to have them do a presentation at one of my POA meetings at the beginning of the year, because that'll give them 3 or 4 months of some statistics. But believe me, our response times are going to be better than they were, but they're not going to be as good as they were when we just sent a fire engine out there and someone else sent an ambulance.
Right.
So that and I'm not worried about our response times. What I am worried about are the delays at the hospital, the offloading, because you can't offload until they can take the patient at the hospital, which is an issue, okay? And we need to have a track record of all of that so we can see. I have been working with the hospital and trying to see if that doesn't happen where those response times and those delays are long, and trying to get them out of there as much as they can. So what I am trying to do is have, in February, hopefully, have the public safety member back. In March, we'll have the hospital back. So 1 month, 2 months, they'll do the same thing, and maybe we can get some answers. Maybe we can make this work. But if this is all up to the voters, okay? Everybody gets a vote. If it passes, they'll live for this for the rest of your life. It'll never be changed. This is the way it's going to go. There's no, well, we don't like it, we want out. So you need to make sure that you've got all the information and you're sure that if you want it, that's what you want. Everybody's got to vote, not opposed to that. I'm just trying to put out the facts that we know, and there's lots of facts. And one of the big ones,
and that's in here.
And one of the big ones is the market value of the house, because that really bothers me. That's huge. There's houses that have gone up $200,000 in the last 6 or 8 or 9 months.
For sure.
And you're going to pay that. The other issue is you don't get a homestead exemption on this. On the third tier, the up to $1 million, your $50,000 homestead exemption isn't part of this. So there's lots of issues that people need to know. On October 18th, we will have the Public Safety Department at our POA meeting. I have a list of questions we will be asking them. We are live streaming the meeting and video recording it, so it will be there for posterity. It will be on our website. It will be on our Facebook page. So you can get all the information, and we'll see what they say, and hopefully it'll go the right way. For whatever the residents want. I'm for what the residents want. I'm just trying to give them the information of making an informed decision.
Makes sense. So what's the next step now? What happens now?
Well, now it's just gather all the information. We have, I believe, 3 weeks, just about, November 8th or 4 weeks, and we're going to vote. And you have to understand that let me throw this out there too. The people that live in Marion County, part of the villages, are paying nothing for this. Absolutely zero. They're not included in this. hospital transportation,
Right.
and the people that live in Marion County get.
This is
Marion
Sumter
County
County.
fire.
Sumter County.
This is strictly Sumter County.
Yeah.
The people that live in Lady Lake, there's an interlocal agreement in Lake County with the Public Safety Department, and they're only going to pay a portion of this because they don't live in Sumter County. Instead of $124, I've been told they're going to pay $150 per rooftop. The people that live in the Fruitwood part of the villages are not part of this because that's Lake County. I've been told they pay $195. So there's lots of issues. This strictly is for the people that live in the villages, Sumter County.
Right.
So there's lots of discrepancies. I don't really think it's 100% fair, but it is what it is. That's the way the bill was sent to Tallahassee, and that's the way it came out.
So if people want more information, obviously, you know, the POA magazine, of course, is a source for residents.
Yeah.
Where else?
They can call district offices. They will give you their side of it. Of course, they're foreign, okay, but that's okay. Since my bullet came out, I've been told by our district manager that they've gotten lots of phone calls, and that's good. I want people to make phone calls. I want people to get information, whatever the information is, and however they go.
I will tell you this. I don't oftentimes say this, but you know, you're putting out the information here. I recommend everybody that's watching this and will watch this later to actually share this with your people, share this video with other people. And that's another way to get the word out.
Correct. Great. And you know, like I said, we have it, we live stream it, then we put it on our website. We have it on our Facebook page. Tell everybody to go look at it. Make your own decisions. I'm not trying to make up anybody's mind. I want them to be able to be informed to make an informed decision.
Love it. Cliff, thank you so much.
You're welcome. It's a pleasure. It's always fun.
Very helpful. Thank you.